University. He is being escorted tonight by his parents, Mark and Deanna Glass. Our next Curly Wolf is number 8, Quantus Scully. He is the son of Ronnie and Clara Gully. Quantus is a wide receiver and a defensive back for the Curly Wolves. He is a member of NHS and FCA. Quantus is also a member of the Prescott basketball and track teams, where he was all-district as a sophomore in basketball. Quantus is a Kiwanis Scholar and a junior deacon at St. John Baptist Church. After graduation, he plans to attend college, earning a degree in agriculture and have his own poultry and cattle farms across Arkansas. Quantus is being escorted tonight by his parents, Ronnie and Clara Gully. Next, we have Curly Wolf number 6, Kylan Haney.
Welcome to SWARC.today. Prescott Curly Wolves are getting ready to take on the Centerpoint Knights tonight. We are here in Prescott, where it is senior night, and they are announcing our seniors this evening. Prescott comes into this game with an 8-1 record on the season and a 5-1 record in their conference play. They're facing the Centerpoint Knights, which come in with a 6-3 record and 4-2 in conference play. Tonight, Ralph, Prescott's got to win the game tonight, and we're going to be doing a lot of scoreboard watching as we'll be looking to see how the game is going on between Smackover and Camden Harmony Grove. Prescott still has a chance to have a number 1 seed if things go our way tonight.
Several things got to fall in place. Smackover has got to lose to Camden Harmony Grove, and then it gets into a point system. I'm not sure how that's going to float out, but could possibly end up in either first place, depending on that game, or second place, depending on who wins or loses on that one.
And the good thing is that we're locked in at second place. Centerpoint is locked in at 4th place. So those don't change no matter what happens tonight. That's the worst case scenario. If Prescott does win this evening, and as long as Prescott's margin of victory is more than Camden Harmony Grove's margin of victory, then they would have first place. That's basically how it works out as far as the point system, because Prescott and Camden Harmony Grove have the same number of points. Smackover has 1 extra point because they beat Prescott by 1 point.
Jim just handed me some stats. I'm gonna go over a few stats a little bit. Some of our top rushers. Ryan Johnson is one of our top rushers. He's got 418 yards. Darian Thompson has got 637 yards, and then Alex George has got 697. So we've got a pretty good split between the 2 runners and the quarterback. So it's really hard to key in on anybody to stop. They've done a really good job of running it and distributing the ball. Got several others who've got 100 and something, several of them pretty good runs. On the defensive side, we've got a few of them really stand out. Connor Tinsley's got 63 tackles. Jacoby Nolan's got 62. Leading tackler is Trey Rucker, number 11, coming out of his linebacker spot. He's got 90, and then Colton Johnson, number 33, has actually got 68. So we got some pretty good tackle totals, and the rest of them are spread, 30 and 40 tackles. So there's a lot of defense there, and a lot of different ones that are contributing.
That's what you want. You want to have a lot of balance. You want to have you want to be in a situation where you're not relying on one individual to make or break your team, and that's where you're able to have some diversity in your both offense and defense, and you can spread your defense out a little bit to where you can key on different things and know that they can come up and make big plays.
And Centerport is probably going to come out kind of like the teams we played, last couple teams we played, a lot of run-based. Depending on that run, it could be a lot of tight formations. Prescott line it up, play honest defense. Linebackers filling those outside holes, so it should be a really good game.
Owen Turner, who is the quarterback for Centerpoint, I know that I've watched him play for the last couple of years, and he's a very good athlete, and so I know that offensively they can put some points on the board. Now, if we look at some of the comparisons as far as the games that we've played and the same opponents, Smackover beat them pretty badly, and so did Camden Harmony Grove. The other teams that they defeated, they really didn't defeat them as soundly as Prescott did. But the last 2 or 3 weeks, they've gotten better and better and better, and you can see that with their stats. You can see that with their the results of their games.
Looking at Hooten's, looking at some of the stats on what they did last year. That Owen kid, talking about, he passed for 1,523 yards. Now, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's really a good passing yardage in the high school football. So he's very efficient in the passing.
Connor is being escorted tonight by
And we were made aware also for the Prescott this year, the Farm Bureau, which is a statewide group that acknowledges the outstanding seniors for the season for all classifications. They have 4 of our players on their watch list. They have 2 on offense, that being Ryan Johnson and Cameron Cox, and then on defense they have 2 also, which is Trey Rucker and Kobe Gillard. So 4 of our seniors are on that watch list. They have been very successful this year. We talked about their stats a few minutes ago, and we know how competitive that our boys are, and this is one of those things that we get to enjoy this senior football team. We know that we've got the opportunity tonight to possibly have a share of the conference championship, and then next week we'll be at home for a conference game. If we lose, we'll have a game most likely playing the Mountain View Yellow Jackets. If they win, then of course they'll get to bye.
It'd be nice to stay at home next week. If we could actually come out and get a piece of that first place conference, might help us and get a little bit more of staying home.
That's right.
Playing, so that's always good to stay at home instead of taking a 4-hour road trip to
Yes,
Clinton
it
or
is.
wherever. You know, it's just awful hard when you drive 4 or 5 hours somewhere. It's just hard to keep your rhythm.
Oh, it is.
Keep your rituals, what you normally do, your normal game day.
Rachel is the daughter of Letitia Chavaria. She is a member of the FCCLA, Leo Club, OBU Talent Search, and NHS.
We'll watch a few of our senior band members come out now.
University of Monticello to get an associate's degree in nursing and study pre-law on the side. She is being escorted tonight by Letitia Chavaria.
I didn't notice tonight during the pregame warm-ups. Did you notice Coach Patrick was out there or not?
I didn't pay attention.
I know that he's had the flu this week, so I don't know if he's going to be here tonight to coach our defense, or if he'll have somebody else assigned to that responsibility.
Somebody made a comment. I think Coach Glass had a little bit of the flu too. But somebody said Patrick both. So I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to Coach. I was looking more at the players. Came out a little different tonight. They came out in full uniform instead of coming out in just a pullovers and then going back in and put your pads on. So it's a little different look. So.
And I tell you, our field looks great, but I have a feeling after tonight's game it's going to be pretty chewed up. We've had a lot of rain the last few weeks and got a whole lot of rain last night, heavy rain, and it's just been wet and nasty all day today.
Well, I just hadn't had a chance to dry out. I poured out about 2 inches last night. So, you know, and Prescott's got one of the premier fields in the state of Arkansas, not just southwest Arkansas, the whole state. But when you get rain like that, it's just constant rain. You'll see the middle of that field.
Yep.
Going to come. You can already tell it's a little unraveled, being this late in the season, but it's probably going to get plugged up pretty quick. Notice when we went to a ratio, it really got bad in the
yes,
ratio.
it
They
did.
didn't have the turf we had. It came apart pretty bad, but it rained all night that night too.
The University of Arkansas at Monticello, and then transferred to a physical therapy program.
Appreciate everyone joining us tonight on Swark Dot Today.
Veronica Lloyd and her brother Vander. Our next senior band member is Jordan Loudermilk. Jordan is the son of Randy and Charity Loudermilk. He is a member of Shady Grove Baptist Church. After graduation, Jordan plans
Got
to
quite a
pursue
few
an
senior
industrial
band members
engineering degree.
for this year.
He's being escorted tonight
Pretty
by
good
his
senior group on both the
Randy
football and
Charity
the band
Loudermilk.
tonight.
And I know we'll get to our cheerleaders in a few
Next
moments.
we have senior band member Cortland Mixon. Cortland is the son of Courtney and Amy Mixon. He is a member of the 2016 state championship.
Referees have
band,
made their way out.
the
We
Curly Wolves
definitely
basketball
have probably
team,
our
and
coldest
two-time
night, I would
state
think, that we've had so
track
far this year.
champion.
It's a
He
cold,
attends
damp
Prescott
night.
Church of
Uh,
Christ.
I know that
He also has been showing livestock in the Nevada
temperatures
County
were
Fair
dropping this
since
evening. It was around
1984,
48, 49
and has
degrees, I
won
think, when I was on my
numerous
way
first
home
place
from
and
work,
grand
and
champion
so
awards.
it's definitely gotten
Portland
cold,
plans to
and
attend
with the
SAU and
wind
pursue an
blowing,
animal science degree,
this will be the
as well
first
as
test
one
really
day
for our
own his own
guys
poultry and
to
cattle
play in both
farm.
wet and cold
He is
conditions. They've
being
played in plenty of
escorted
wet
tonight
conditions,
by his
but it's
parents,
cold.
Courtney
Well, I'm
and
just glad to
Amy
be inside.
Smithson.
Yes.
Last week in Holmes Grove, we sat down in front of the bleachers. It got a little airish out there
Our
too.
next senior band member is Gabe Chiron.
The referees
He
out there
is the
walking around
son of
checking out
Jim
what the
and
footing
Lori
on that field
Chiron.
looks like.
He is a member of FFA and the Key Club. He is a member of the Wolf Pride Band. Enjoys
That's something you got to
playing
do
the
as a referee
guitar
too. You're
and
doing a lot of
banjo
running as
and the
well, and
drums,
the last thing in the
learning
world
to
I'd
play
want to do is
musical
slip and fall
instruments, and is active
in the wet
outdoors
on the wet
with
ground.
hunting,
I did
archery,
quite a bit of that when
and
I was at
exploring
Hope. I did the
nature.
refereeing in basketball,
Gabe
football,
plans
soccer, and
to
all of it. So
attend Henderson
you
State
get some
University
pretty different
and will seek degrees
situations
in
you get into.
biology and chemistry to pursue careers in myrmecology and biochemistry. Gabe is being escorted tonight by his parents, Jim and Lori Chiron.
I know I'm definitely one of those that
Entering next
if
is senior band
if I'm going to be in the
member,
middle of
Jamiah
something,
Smith.
it's nothing unusual for me to fall
She is a member
somewhere
of the
along
Key
the
Club,
line.
Band, and OBU Upward Bound. She will attend college and pursue a career in business. Deja is being escorted tonight by LaTanya Art. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the senior members of the Prescott Curly Wolf Marching Band. We will dismiss them at this time so they can prepare for tonight's game.
Getting
Now
ready
we will
to
introduce
announce the
senior
cheerleaders
members of
now.
the Prescott High School cheerleading squad, football manager, and the cross country team. First is senior cheerleader Hannah Dickerson. Hannah is the daughter of Brian and Tammy Dickerson.
Just making sure.
She is a member of the National Honor Society, FBLA, and the Key Club. Hannah is a Quantus Scholar and a member of the 2018 All-American Cheer Team. After graduation, she plans
I was
to
looking at
attend
the
University
expected
of
games that are
Arkansas
happening tomorrow.
and
Some of
major
the,
in
of course, a lot of teams are
psychology,
playing
so
tonight,
later
then there's several
become
teams that
a
are playing tomorrow night,
psychologist.
and I'm wondering if our
Hannah
coaching
is
staff
being
might not be
escorted
getting
tonight
ready to
by our parents,
make a trip
Brian
to
and Tammy Dickerson.
Mountain View tomorrow night, because Clinton and Mountain View play tomorrow night, and
Next
they'd
is
be able to
senior
see
cheerleader
the next
Casey
two
Hendricks.
opponents.
Both of
You know,
them.
if things stay as they are now.
That would be a good road trip to make.
Yeah.
Get a look at both
She
of
is a
them at one
member
time.
of the National Honor
And that's kind of the
Society.
advantage of playing on Thursday night. Sometimes you
After
slip
That's
off and see some of those.
Casey plans
It's okay to see them on
attend
film, but sometimes you see them on
cosmetology
live. It just makes
She is
they look a
being
lot different
escorted
live
They do.
than it does on
by our
film.
That's right.
parents, Brian Hendricks and Betty
I know one big
Smith.
game in Southwest Arkansas tomorrow night is going to be Gerd
Now entering
and
is
Foreman.
senior
That's right.
cheerleader
and several folks talking about going over to
Mackenzie Lowe.
Foreman to watch that one.
Mackenzie is the daughter of Selena Davis and Shelby Lowe. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Key Club, and East. She is also an All-American cheerleader and a member of the senior track team. She attends Prescott Church of Christ. After graduation,
definitely like to
she
come away
plans
with
to
the-
attend SAU
With the wind
and
tonight, like we
major
were
in
talking earlier, and being able to stay
biological
here
sciences,
for the whole
pre-health,
playoff,
then go to
you know,
UAMS,
time
and
frame until you
doctorate
make it to the
become
finals,
a
if that be the
pediatrician.
case.
It's always nice
She's
to do, but
being
you got to
escorted
end up
tonight
number one
by
in your
her
district
mother,
to be able to
That's
pull that one
Selena
off.
Davis.
Looking at some of Hooten's, they talking about the lack
Next
of
entering
speed
is
on
senior
Centerpoint.
cheerleader
Mhm.
I couldn't tell
Tyra
the speed
Pearson.
just in their warm up, but they said
She is
lack
the
of
daughter
size
of
also.
Kenneth
Well, they're-
Pearson and
and
Keosha
they had some pretty good
Franklin.
boys out there. Looked like some of
She
them
is a member
225,
of
200 pounds.
FBA,
Looked like some pretty good sized boys. So I don't know
OBU
about that
Chapter,
lack of size. I'm not sure. They look
She
pretty
is
pretty good
All-American
size.
Well, I know they've got their
and
tight
a
end,
cheerleader for
Colton
6
Carver. He's
years.
a really big kid. I've
She
seen him.
attends Kingdom
I saw him.
Authority
That was one of the first
Christian
ones I
Ministries
saw
of
when I was
Barham.
looking at on the field. Was,
She
I
is
picked him
being
out early. He
Yeah.
came out with
by
running
her
backs. He looked
parents,
more like
Kenneth
a
Pearson
lineman than
and
he is, but
Keosha
he's listed
Franklin.
at 245, 6'8", so he's a pretty good sized boy.
he is
Entering
very,
next is
very good
senior
size.
cheerleader Janae Roberts. She is the daughter of Deshaun Fellows. Janae is a member of the FCA, OBU, and FCCLA. She is an All-American cheerleader. She is also a member of the Lady Wolves basketball, track, and softball team. She attends Mount Ephesus Baptist Church. After graduation, she plans to become a traveling nurse. Janae is being escorted tonight by her sister, Janiah Roberts, and mom, Deshawn Fellows. Next is senior cheerleader, Jamiah Smith. She is the daughter of Cindy Kaufman. She is a member of East. Jamiah currently has a 3.7 GPA. She is a part of the Lady Wolves basketball, softball, and track teams. She is a member of the Macedonia Baptist
We're starting to
Church.
get a fair crowd here. It's not going to be near as many as there normally is. Thursday night's a little tougher to get out, and because of work and things like that, you don't get off quite as early sometimes, and it's a rainy, cold night. There may not be as many folks want to get out.
Just knowing they got to get up and go to work.
That's right.
That makes a difference too. Won't be too bad if we have a mercy rule. We get out here at 10 o'clock and have to be at work at 6 in the morning. Kind of makes it
She is
a
a
little
member
tough.
of
Yes,
the
it
National
does.
Honor Society and the OBU Talent Search. She is captain of the cheer squad. She is also a member
See something down here,
of the
Jim,
Church
and I
of God.
haven't seen. We got Channel 6 News out of Shreveport. It's here.
Oh, okay.
Got their camera set up.
Cheerleader. She plans
Good
to
little
attend college
area
and
coverage
doctorate
from
of
our
physical therapy.
News out of Texarkana and Shreveport.
One had come earlier, and I can't remember which one it was. KTAL, I think maybe, but they were here at one of the earlier games.
Okay.
Now entering is senior cheerleader Jasmine Witherspoon. Jasmine is the daughter of Carla Wilson and stepdaughter of Anthony Glenn. She is a member of PHS East, OBU Talent Search, and FCA. She is also a member of the Lady Wolves track team. Jasmine plans to graduate college and become a dental hygienist. Jasmine is being escorted tonight by her parents, Carla Wilson and Anthony Glenn.
One thing I've noticed tonight is many of these kids
Next,
have come
entering
out.
the senior football manager,
A lot of
Aretha
these
Frazier.
kids' parents,
Aretha is the
step
daughter of
parents,
Jessica and
they're all
Deanna
my
Frazier.
classmates. So
She is a member of SCCLA and NHS. She is a member of the
I'm in that generation, Ralph. I'm in the
Pentecostal
generation where all the kids
She
are
is a member of
graduating.
the
There we saw
Prescott
a lady come through a while
basketball
ago.
and football teams.
Was
She
a
also
teacher of
runs
both of us in
track
high
for
school
Lady
40 years ago.
Bree plans to attend college and continue a career in nursing. She is being escorted tonight by her mother, Jessica Frazier and Dion Frazier. Entering now is senior cross-country team member, James Barham. James is the son of John and Lisa Barham. He is a member of NHS,
Got our last
Key
senior.
Club, and FFA.
Got one
He is
cross
also a
country.
member of the New Hope Baptist Church. He attends Rural Arkansas National Leadership Tour to Washington. James plans to attend college and become a mechanical engineer. He is being escorted tonight by his parents, John and Lisa Barham. Ladies and gentlemen, that
Many of these
concludes
kids
the
have a lot of
introduction our
really
senior
strong
football
ambitions
players,
as far as
band
what they want to do in their
members,
career, and that's
cheerleading
fantastic.
squad, and
We got a good
cross-country
senior
team
group
members,
that
and our football manager.
has a lot of
Seniors,
potential,
we
a lot
thank
of
you for your hard
possibilities in
work
their
and
career.
dedication to Prescott High School. Let's give a round of applause to the seniors of 2019.
Well, kind of as we talked about earlier, Jim, it takes a lot of dedication to get into sports,
Mhm.
but it's even more when you're involved in all these other
That's right.
extracurricular. That really shows really good character in these kids. They're not in just one thing. They're mixed in a lot of things, getting a varied experience.
Well, our senior captains for tonight are Kobe Gillard, Trey Rucker, and Keontae Franklin. They're coming out now to get ready for the coin toss.
Like Prescott's put down some filter cloth around their bench area to maybe to help the footing and keep some of
Yes.
the mud down.
Looks like a whole lot of Firestone rubber.
That could be.
That looks like a big roll of it.
Big roll.
Captains for the Centerpoint Knights are Blake Crawford, number 22, Blake Swain, number 89, and Michael Bright, number 24. And those will be names that we'll mention quite a bit this evening.
Captain for Centerpoint is number 22.
As we hear and see, Carter Wolves are making their trip through the stands. Let everybody see them in kind of a spotlight, as you would say, Jim. Let them come through and let the crowd recognize them.
Franklin, number 11, Rucker.
It's a good thing. It's a thrill for them to be able to walk through and to be honored. I think it's just a cool tradition that they started a few years ago.
Well, it's not only for those players, but you got these young kids sitting in the stands.
That's right.
It kind of motivates them. They see what's going on. They want to be part of that tradition that's been built over the years.
Well, you and I when we played, we ran underneath the stands to come around, and I think it's pretty cool for them to walk through the stands. I think that's something that would have been nice to be able to do when we were playing. The referees are going over the simple little rules of the coin toss. Waiting to see what Prescott does to start the game.
Well, if they do like they normally do, Jim, if they win the toss, they're going to defer to the second half and put the other team on the spotlight.
That's what they're going to do. Prescott did win the toss. They will defer to the second half. Centerpoint will receive the opening kickoff.
Curling Wolves want to come out and set their defense and kind of set the tone the whole game.
Turn your radio on, Coach Pruitt.
Colton Carver is one of the running backs, and if I'm not mistaken, he's kind of been the one of their main running backs for this season. And of course, they could change things up and mix me up here tonight, but that's what I'm expecting.
At 245 pounds, he could be the main part of something.
Whatever one, please stand for
defense or whatever.
The national anthem. The prayer will be given by Brother Burke.
Let's bow our heads for prayer. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we thank you so much for this day. Thank you for the rain you sent our way and the safety you've given to us. Thank you for each school that's represented here this evening. We pray that we'll be safe on the field and off the field. Thank you for loving us so much, and we praise your holy and righteous name. Please forgive us of our sins and give us a good evening. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Getting ready for our national anthem. Getting ready now for the game to get started. The boys are just waiting to come out of their funnels, and then we'll be ready for some football. Centerpoint is heading over to their sideline. Prescott now is coming out for their to head toward their sideline. I do see Coach Patrick on the sideline, so it looks like he's
got a sore throat tonight.
in a little bit better situation. Maybe he's over his flu.
He's,
We definitely don't want him getting anyone sick.
I think you're gonna find out when it comes game night. I think they're all gonna step up.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
He may still have the flu. He may still not feel good, but he's gonna be on the. I would say normally on Friday night he's gonna be on the field, but Thursday night he's gonna be on the field.
There we go.
Unless he's out there at the funeral home somewhere, he's gonna be on the field.
Back deep to receive for the Knights will be Houston Way, number 23. It's like also number 30, Luis Lozano, number 30.
I think that's Rance Turner, number 7 is
okay,
the third
that's the
one.
other one. All right. Ramadan will get set to kick it away tonight.
Ramadan will kick off for Prescott.
Getting ready for some Thursday night football here in Prescott.
Prescott's come out with a new down marker. They've got a lighted down marker this week, so I guess we upgraded our equipment.
Kick is away. And Houston Way will bobble the kickoff, and he'll recover it about the 28-yard line.
Hit him in the chest. I don't think he was ready. It was that ball's a little wet, maybe and a little hard.
Covered by number 23, Wade. Centerpoint will take over first and 10.
Prescott's field does, like I said, looks in really good shape tonight for what we've been through, all this rain, and so hopefully it'll hold up tonight.
They must have painted it a day or two early when
That's
there was
right.
a little sunshine, because it sure is. The paint job looks really good.
Owen Bright will be your quarterback for the Knights. Number 22, Crawford, is next to him. And Prescott jumps offside, trying to anticipate the snap. There was a false start.
Their left guard jumped. I think he saw Rucker
Procedure
coming.
penalty against Centerpoint.
I didn't see that.
I thought he did, but I wasn't sure he wasn't induced. He saw somebody coming in a hurry.
First and 15 now. Because Colton Johnson was coming on a blitz. Two receivers to the right. Bright drops back to pass. Rolling out. He looks for his big tight end, Carver, and that was not a real great effort there on his part to catch that one.
I think that we may see what the field conditions do here quick. It looked like he was kind of tiptoeing. There may be a little slick out there. It was a little low pass, and he just didn't really reach down to get it.
That's one of those you expect him kind of lay out for, but he didn't come up with the reception.
He may not want to get muddy and wet yet. First play of the game.
Second down, 15. Bright's going to hand the ball off to Crawford. He's going to get about 7 or 8 yards over the left side. Thompson on the stop.
Quick hitter on that left side. We had a linebacker blitzing on that side, and it left a little opening to that side.
Picks up 7 yards.
But it does bring up a third down and 8.
Nice gain, though, to get at least third down and medium before your third down play here. Prescott needs to come with a big stop so they can get the ball and should be able to get it in decent territory. Prescott running a 3-4 defense. They're going to walk Johnson up a little bit more to put him 5. The linebacker, he backs up a little. Johnson goes down to, and Franklin's right there to stop the screen pass as the pass was complete to number 10, I believe.
Yeah, Prescott lined up in their traditional 3-4, but he looked up there and they had 5 linebackers. Ryan Johnson had slipped in there from his free safety, and he backed out at the snap, so it kind of gave him a little different look that we hadn't seen this year.
Loss of 2 yards, bring up a 4th down and 10 for the Knights. Owen Bright is the punter, so he's always got to be prepared for a possible fake.
Prescott is putting people back to receive the kick tonight, which we did in the last couple of games.
Oh, it was over his head. He's going to have plenty of time to get it punted away. Nice punt.
Really, really good punt.
And it's going to get a good roll also. Good job there by Bryant to get the snap and then get a really nice punt away.
One of those really good punt. He got it up, got it in the spiral, and actually got it to turn over and got about a 10 or 12 yard roll on it after it did hit the ground. Even as wet as the ground is, it rolled good.
Prescott will have their first possession on their own 28, just as Centerpoint started theirs.
Flipped ends the field, and both of them got on the 28. See what Prescott comes out in to start with. Last week they kind of lined up in a power formation. Looks like they're coming out tonight in a spread.
Yeah. All receivers. Johnson in the backfield by himself. Johnson, quick pass. Oh, and it's incomplete.
Ryan kind of short-armed that one. Looked like he was a little tentative on that one, trying to set up that screen to the left side.
Second and 10, Curly Wolves. Johnson again drops back to pass. He's looking over the middle. He's got Thompson. Thompson comes up with a reception. He'll be tackled at the 40-yard line. Nice catch.
Really good pass. He kind of laid that out and let him run under it like he did last week. Really good, clean pass down to the 40-yard line. The 32-yard gain.
First and 10 now. Curly Wolves on the 40. As you said, we've been running the ball the last couple of weeks. This is a setup now where Prescott wants to line up and throw the ball something. They've seen things on film. They feel like they can attack them in the passing game. Johnson. Oh, he's got pressure quickly. He gets away from one man. He's going to toss it. He's got Gully. Excuse me, that's going to be Franklin.
Johnson passes complete.
Had a man hit him in the backfield, but he shook him off with a stiff arm and just flipped it over the line.
And that's enough for Curly Wolf.
Gain a first down.
20-yard gain there.
Looked like that one was going to go for nothing. He was almost tackled. He kind of stiff armed him. It got clear and just flipped it over into the short flat.
First and 10, Curly Wolves now on the 20-yard line. Again, they have all receivers in the set. Johnson, that's going to be incomplete pass to Cox.
Pass intended for Cox.
He's having trouble making that little short pass. He's kind of short arming it. He's not really pulling back and really throwing it like he can.
I hear his grandmother hollering in the stands. I've heard her voice for so many years, though, even when they were playing Pee Wee football, you could hear her hollering for Ryan. Ryan's just going to keep it. He's going to step it inside. He's got plenty of room. He's inside and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Called quarterback keeper. Everybody went to the left, and he just cut in to the right, had good blocking, and went in to score.
Robinson will be on for the extra point. Rucker for the hold.
Robinson will try the point after. Rucker will hold.
Robinson's kick is up. It is good.
And it's good.
With 10:05 to go here in the first quarter, Prescott leads 7-0.
Sometimes the footing of that kicker kind of gives you an indication of what that field is like, and he's kicked off to Centerpoint and also kicked that extra point. Looked like he had good footing, so it may be holding so far, but I know it's awful wet.
For their support for this season. These sponsors include Cofields,
You've got to really pay attention what you're doing in conditions like this. The snap's important, the hold's important, and so is the kick.
Gary Brown, Plumbing and Company.
Slow and methodical as you can do it.
That's it.
Bouncing Women Inflatables.
We do want to make sure we
Barn, yours truly, Prescott Flowers and Gifts.
brag on our sponsors this evening: Cofields, Nevada County Courthouse, and the Bank of Delight.
Rondon will kick off.
Robinson, a little squib kick. It gets to the second level, but it is recovered by the Knights.
Not sure whether there was a squib or he just missed. Either way, it kind of squibbed out of there.
Brazil Cornish and Funeral Home, State Farm Insurance.
Centerpoint will take over on their own 43 for their second offensive possession.
County, Southern Tarmark, Shelter Insurance, Eli Ratcliffe, Mark Rice, Cook County Judge, J.D. and Billy Hines.
All
Trucking,
defensive
and
players
Francis D. Light.
look the same. It looks like they may have swapped up on the defensive ends. Looks like Justin Wilson and Payton are in for the defensive ends this particular series. Ball given off to Crawford. He's going to be pushed outside and pushed a little wide by Jacoby Nolan, and then
Crawford on the carry.
helped out that time. I couldn't see if that was Franklin or if it was Gully that got him out of bounds.
I think Gully got him out of bounds. Like Centerpoint's trying to run around that edge, and I'm not sure they got enough speed to try to get to the edge, and especially with the wet conditions of this field. It's going to be hard to beat Prescott's speed on that outside.
Second down, about 10.5. Bright with two backs in the backfield, and this time it's going to get Gully.
I think Centerpoint may have been looking at the film, see how much speed there is on Prescott. They're throwing a little different cadence in there to try to throw off that rush, because Prescott's really good about putting in those blitzes. That was coming off the cornerback position. That was going to be a tough one to block.
Make it second down and 6. You were talking in the pregame about the Knights having maybe some questionability on their size, but they've got a decent size offensive line, it looks like to me. Nice run there by Bright.
Quarterback on the keeper.
Yeah, like I said, Hooten said there's a lack of size, but I don't see the lack of size up there. They've got some 225, 240, 245 up on that line, so that's pretty good size for a high school football team, especially in 3A.
Make it a third down and 2.
3rd and 2.
Had twin receivers to the right. Bright and Doster to the right. Bright's going to give the ball to Crawford. He's going to get the first down and more. And we'll get down inside Prescott territory to about the 42-yard line.
Number 22, Crawford on the carry. He picks up a first down.
That's just a little quick hitter right off the left side. Jim had a couple missed tackles and gave him an opportunity to pick up that first down.
8-yard gain. First down for the Knights this evening. 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Prescott leading 7-0. Bright, he'll keep it over the right side. He's got that room. He got almost close down to another first down.
Quarterback on the keeper.
Knights having a little success running right up the middle instead of trying to get to the end. They're running right off both tackles.
2nd and 1.
Make it second down and 1. Prescott looks like they're maybe going more to a 5 down. Well, 4 front right now, but might creep somebody. Yeah, they keep creeping some folks up a little bit now on the edges. Bright gives the ball to Crawford, and I don't know if he got the first down. He's going to be close.
Be real close, but depending on the spot.
Crawford on the carry.
Didn't get a whole lot of push on that one. There was a lot of curly wheels sneak up on that line.
Oh, they're going to call a 3rd down and a yard.
3rd down.
This is most likely a 4-down territory now for the Knights. Bright lines up in the pistol formation. Crawford's just going to keep it. He's going to be right there at the line of scrimmage again. Not sure if he made it or not.
I don't know that he gained anything on that one, Jim. They bring up a 4th and a 1 again.
Yep, he's right, still at the same spot.
4th down.
And they've been successful with either Crawford or Bright on a couple of big runs here on this possession. So I think they could use either one of those as their key man on this play. Prescott's trying to anticipate that snap a little bit. Bright gives to Crawford. He gets outside, and he's again right at the
He's
sticks.
going to be a little short. Just a little bit short.
Carry.
No,
Nope.
they held him just about a football short.
Thrown down to Prescott.
Good defensive stand there. Looked like he got a little push, but they stopped him short, about a football short.
Prescott will start this possession at the 33-yard line. It looks like they got a 32. We'll give them the 32 on this one. Yeah, it was close on that last one.
It was
there.
about as close as you could get, but they didn't question it. It wasn't close enough.
Prescott lines up with George in the pistol formation along with Johnson. Johnson drops back to pass. He's looking for Cox. Cox is there. He's got it. Defender right there on him.
Really good pass by Johnson. Laid it out on that outside shoulder. Cox went up to get it. He's really good. Cox is really good about going up and wanting that ball. That's what that receiver's got to be, the man to go get it.
My favorite thing about him is he uses his hands every time. He catches the ball out in front of him.
He's aggressive to go get that ball.
Yes.
He'll go up high to get it instead of waiting on it to come down and maybe get knocked loose.
Ball given to George. Right up the middle. Bowling through. Another first down for the Curly Wolves.
Alex George on the carry.
Gain of 11 yards.
And he picked up enough for a Curly Wolf. First down.
We talk about Alex George being one of the yardage leaders. He's right on his average. He had 9.55 average coming in. He got his 11 yards on that one.
Johnson gives the ball to George again. Up the middle, trying to bounce outside, carrying one defender for a gain of about 4.
Just a really tough, hard runner. He'll put his shoulder down and try to get that extra yard. As long as he puts two hands on the ball.
Second down and 6. Johnson gives the ball to George over the right side. He slipped a little bit as he got to the line of scrimmage. We close about a yard short.
Slipped as he started to make his cut, and then he reached down and got another gear and got another 4 or 5 yards after he started slipping. The third and about 9.
He picked up about 5 yards. Third down.
Franklin split to the right, Cox to the right. It was Franklin to the left and Cox to the right. Ball given off to George up the middle, first down. We'll get inside the 25.
Hand the ball to George. Let him get him behind those big offensive linemen and just push. Four straight runs by George.
Johnson gives the ball to Thompson. He's got a lot of room around the left side. Breaks it in, and it's a touchdown for the Curly Wolves.
I started to say we bring George in, let him run forward, and come in and shift gears with a speedier runner. And he went in untouched right off the left side.
Thompson on the carry. He carries it in for a Curly Wolf touchdown.
This is senior night, but it's nice to know that we've got De'Aaron coming back next year, just a junior.
Rabadon and Trey Rucker will hold.
He'll be definitely a feature back next year.
We're talking about Alex George. He's just
that's a fake.
He's just a sophomore.
Rucker's looking to run to the corner, and he'll get in for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, we got both those coming back. We got Alex George coming back. He's just a sophomore.
Right.
2 points.
Not sure whether that was a called fake or not, but it worked out good. Trey had enough to get to the edge and score.
4:57 to go in the first quarter. Prescott's leading 15-0.
See what
So
the Knights
Prescott-
see what the Knights do. They come out. They had a really good drive going there and got down into 3rd and 1. Just couldn't pick up that yard. Then they come back and tried it on 4th down and still didn't get that yard. They still came up a little short, but they did sustain a drive, which is really unusual. Last week it was pretty hard for Camden and Harmony Grove to even get a drive that they could sustain. Not because of mistakes. It's just Prescott's defense just wouldn't let them get started.
Right. Prescott's first offensive possession was a 72-yard touchdown drive, and this last one was 68 yards. So the offense is definitely clicking. The defense has played solid, playing a good game so far.
Kickoff for Prescott.
Got an early score in the Smackover game. Smackover is leading 14-6 over Camden Harmony Grove.
Flag on the play.
So I say Prescott must have been offside,
Yep.
but that was an awful late whistle.
Sure was.
I mean, he kicked it off, and the
Offside
Knights had
against Prescott.
already got the ball and was turning it back when the whistle started blowing. Everybody's looking around to see what was happening.
5-yard penalty.
So we already see that game is close between Smackover and Harmony Grove, and we know that it's going to be a good game tonight. I think Smackover was definitely a more physical team, but Camden Harmony Grove did not play their best game last week. They had some players that were out, of course, and Prescott took advantage of that situation as well. Jacoby Nolan just missed the return man on
Number 23,
as he went flying
Houston
through.
Wade on the return.
Centerpoint will take over. Looks like about the 35-yard line. First down.
Bright will be in the pistol formation with Crawford. Bright looking to throw, and he just throws it into the ground, it looks like.
Right pass is incomplete.
That Rucker was right in his face. He had to just get rid of it. Didn't have time to really set his feet or even make a good throw. He had to get rid of it because Rucker was right in his face and had to step up to get around him.
And he may have not had a good grip on the ball as well. I know that Johnson's had a couple of passes that have gone straight into the ground too. It's that ball is wet. It's hard. Not a friendly.
Either kicking or throwing, either one's not going to
No,
be good
it's
tonight.
not.
But that ball,
It's
it's
not
like kicking a
friendly.
big pumpkin.
That's right. It's not friendly to throw that thing on a night like tonight. Bright gives the ball to Crawford over the left side, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Crawford on the carry. He's tackled for a loss.
Gully coming up from that cornerback, he just pushed out and stopped him before he even got started. They're still trying to go east and west, and it's just hard to get past that speed.
2nd down and 8.
Third
Riley
down.
Robbins and Jack Arnett now in on defense, along with Justin Wilson and Keenan Payton on the defensive line. Linebackers remain the same with Rucker, Tinsley, Johnson, and Nolan.
Prescott coming out a little different. They're going to a 4-3 on that one.
Bright looking for room to run. He's going to slip and fall right at the original line of scrimmage.
Faked like he was going to
Yeah.
pass and tried to cut back inside, and his feet just wouldn't hold on that wet turf. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 11.
No gain on the play. 4th down.
Yeah, you see where the field is going to have it's definitely going to play part of this game tonight.
Right back to punt.
And I'm looking at the punt set there. He's only 10 yards back from the center. That's a short drop for a punter. Pause, put it out of bounds. Prescott will take over at the 25.
As you said, he only set up about 8 yards back, and the last punt was about 4 yards over his head, so I'm not sure what the thinking was on that one. But he did. He is a very good punter. He's getting that thing to turn over, and it's getting a spiral, and when it starts coming down like that, it's hard to catch.
Prescott ready for their third offensive possession of the evening. Prescott going with Thompson in the backfield, Johnson. Johnson drops back to pass, rolling out to his right, being chased by 2 defenders. He lets it go. Oh my goodness, what a great job by Gully.
Wow.
To make the catch. They was been all over him.
Had the defender had his arms wrapped around his belly, and he just kind of struggled and reached up and pulled it out of the air at the 41-yard line.
34-yard pass connection.
Complete to number 8, Gully. And that's enough for Curly Wolf.
Yeah, I really was surprised there wasn't a flag. I mean, because the defender was holding the whole time.
He had him wrapped up, as they would say.
Getting everybody set here. Got plenty of time for the snap. Johnson drops back to pass. He's going to get a lot of pressure again. He's rolling out to his left. He's got room just to run. He's going to turn it upfield. He's looking for going down the sideline, and he'll be dropped inside the 10. Stepped out of bounds on the 9.
9-yard line. Everybody sold out deep on that coverage, and Ryan had lots of room in front of him to run. Get down about the 9-yard line.
32-yard run.
Curly Wolf. First down.
Knight sold out big time on the defense of that pass, and there was lots of running room. There was no linebackers in the way anywhere there.
First and goal, Curly Wolves. Now the ball on the 9-yard line of the Knights. Gully and Cox to the left. Johnson gives the ball to Thompson. He's hitting the backfield immediately and dropped for about a 6-yard loss.
Had a really good rush by the Knights. They got in there. We're in the backfield about the time he handed the ball off on that one, Jim.
I don't know that anybody blocked on that play.
I wasn't going to say that.
I'll say it, because they were all back there when the ball was in Johnson's hands.
Used to say back in my day that was one of them matadors. He just turned and look, and here he comes.
Second down and 15. Johnson's going to give the ball to Thompson. He's going to cut it up the middle. He's got room all the way down to the 6.
Thompson on the carry.
Be a gain of 9 yards. George now go in.
Bring up third and goal from about the 6.
Get a little bit more power mindset here. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Bring in the big truck.
Johnson gives the ball to George. He's on his feet, rumbling down to about the 3.
George on the carry.
Knights did a really good job of slowing that one down and stopping him from getting in. Prescott going to come in and try a field goal.
Ramadan's coming in for a field goal. Rucker will hold.
20-yard field goal attempt.
Might not be a bad time to try a field goal, because that may come in handy in the playoffs.
That is correct. Just basically like an extra point, just from the hash mark, and it is good. So with 1:18 to go here in the first quarter, Prescott's leading 18-0.
Perfect from the 20-yard line, right in the center of the goal. Good kick.
So Prescott's been successful on all 3 offensive possessions tonight. Came up a little short of getting in the end zone this time, but still you get an opportunity to practice your special teams. Ramadan's kicks have gotten better and better and better all year long.
He's just pretty methodical. Usually
Yes.
a really good spiral kick on that, and just doing a good job. And Rucker very important in that hole, getting that hole down where he can kick it.
Just a sophomore, so he also will be back next year. Wade will be back deep to receive along with Lozano and Turner. I really was expecting Turner, number 7, to get on get on the field a bit more offense because he's got a lot of speed for the Knights.
Has not showed up so far. I'm not sure.
Oh, Trey Rucker will do the onside kick, and it's going to get out of bounds.
Little too hard.
Trey Rucker kicked out.
Gully took a nosedive and tried to get it, and he slid about 10 yards.
I think that wet turf may have helped that one, Jim, because usually you'll get some kind of bounce, and that one just scooted all the way across like it was shot out of a driver on the golf range.
Centerpoint will take over where the ball went out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Ball about the 43-yard line.
Rucker had just a little too much on that one. Had it set up perfectly because the Knights were all bunched in inside, and that was on the outside. Had easy recovery. It hadn't been quite as far.
Crawford in the backfield with Bright. Bright hands off to Crawford. Cuts it inside, and he'll have about 8 yards.
Crawford on the carry.
We'll give him 7 yards on the play.
About 8 yards. 2nd and 2.
Turner, I think, on offense has been split out quite a bit to that left-hand side. Actually, they've got Bright over there on the left-hand side, but I'm really surprised Turner hasn't been used more on offense. Bright gives the ball to Crawford, and Tinsley's in the backfield for a tackle. Great job by Connor Tinsley.
He jumped that snap, and he was in there right as soon as they handed the ball off. He was on top of him, so it's going to bring up a long 3rd down with that loss.
Tackle for a loss by number 4, Tinsley.
It's going to be a loss of about, we'll call it, back that one up about 3 yards. So it looks like a 3rd down and 6.
Probably be the last play of the quarter, Jim. We're down to about 6 seconds.
They will wait and let the clock run out. So at the end of the first quarter, Prescott's leading 18-0. We want to, as always, thank our sponsors, Cofields, Bank of Delight, and the Nevada County Courthouse. They have been a huge help to us this year by being able to bring to you live the streaming, the football games, and we thank our sponsors, and we definitely are thankful for all the fans that come out, but for those that can't come out, we hope you enjoy watching us here live as we bring the ball games to you each week.
Bank of Delight's biggest little bank in Arkansas. They're good folks to work with. They give you help on any of your financial assistance. Cofields has a breakfast and lunch menu, and they also have a fish and seafood night on Thursday nights. So you get out, patronize their business.
Yeah, I don't know if they were open tonight. I don't know if they did it tonight because of the ball game. I didn't see a big group up there tonight anyway.
I didn't come around that way. I don't know.
Smackover still leads Camden Harmony Grove 14-6. They're still in the first quarter.
But Jim, Prescott was real efficient. They had three possessions. They've scored on all 3, 2 touchdowns, and that field goal, which was good to see. Centerpoint just had a little trouble. They sustained a drive pretty good while ago and got down 3rd and 1 and just couldn't pick up that one. They turned it over on downs, and Prescott went in, brought it back, and scored that 3 points on the field goal.
Prescott defense getting set now as we get ready to start the second quarter. kind of went to that tight end really one time early in the game and hadn't gone back to him. And he's definitely a big target for the Knights. Bright's going to going to roll out to his right. He's got Carver, and there it is for a first down.
Don't call his name again, Jim. Call his name, and there he slipped him across the middle. He was wide open across the middle.
And that's enough for a first down.
He just kind of drifted right across the middle in behind the linebackers that were blitzing, and he was wide open for a first down.
Well, I was surprised they hadn't gone to him more. I mean, he's got great size. He's got good hands. You know, he didn't make a huge effort on that first attempted pass, but I know he's got the ability to make big plays.
Well, and if you watch Prescott play, they tend to push those linebackers up, so sometimes there is a little cushion in behind those linebackers. You got to stay in, play in your position.
Bright drops back to pass again. He's got a receiver deep. It's going to be knocked away by Thompson.
Almost intercepted by Thompson. Got a flag in the middle, probably a holding right there in the middle.
Doster had gotten behind the defensive back. There's a holding, and I believe that's going to be on Centerpoint. That will back them up 10 yards.
Centerpoint.
And the receiver was behind Thompson, but it doesn't take long for him to make up that
That's
ground.
Right.
It looked like he was beaten. By the time the ball got there, he'd already made up ground. It was there, and he was more the receiver then than he was a defender. Just couldn't bring it in for the interception.
It'll still be a first down for the Knights, but this time it'll be first and 20. Puts them back into their own territory.
Still first down.
Defense on the field wanted them to decline that penalty and make it second down, but coaches thought better of it and take that that free 10 yards.
Yeah, that yardage can be very important when you start trying to make some play calls.
Well, when you got a team that's having trouble sustaining drives, that popping that extra 10 yards on them kind of makes it a lot tougher.
Yes, it does.
Brings up a first and 20.
Right, we'll give the ball to Crawford, and he's going to cross back over the midfield stripe. Going to gain of about 3 yards.
Tackle by a whole host of Curly Woods. There's about 6 in on that tackle, so they're doing their gang tackling, doing real well, slowing him down.
Second down and 17.
Pick up about 2 yards. Third down. Correction, second down.
Going to have Bright and Doster to the right. Bright will roll out to his right. Looking for any receivers there. Justin Wilson kind of slows him up, and then he does step out of bounds on about the 39-yard line.
Justin got there just in time to slow him down enough. When he got to the sideline, he went out of bounds. It'd be 3rd and 11.
44-yard line, excuse me. I got ahead of myself there.
3rd and 11.
It'll be gain of about 6 yards.
Good coverage on the back end. That quarterback had no place to go with it. He just had to try to get it wherever he could. And Justin was out there to slow him down and get him out of bounds.
3rd and 11 situation here. Now it just depends on whether, Centerpoint wants to make this a 4-down situation where they're going to try to get just part of it now and then come back and try to complete the drive.
As you said earlier, I'd have to be looking for that tight end.
Bright's just going to keep it, and Jacoby Nolan stops him with about a gain of a yard.
Gang tackling and trying to get that ball before they get him down.
4th down.
Bring up a 4th and 10. If they'd gotten a little bit more yardage, I'd have thought they might have gone for it. But in this situation, I think you're better off trying to punt and back Prescott up.
A little shorter down yardage they might have, and especially being out at the 43-yard line may give them a little deterrent not to go for it that far up.
But at the same time, you got nothing to lose at this point either. It looks like they're going to line up in an offensive possession.
Go for it.
They're going for it.
Let's see if they do a quick punt.
It's going to be Bright's rolling out to his right, looking for a receiver, and it's going to be knocked away. Good coverage there by Franklin.
Kept his hands off him, reached out in front of him, and knocked it down.
Incomplete pass, so Prescott will take over.
Really good coverage. That's one of those, a lot of times when you're behind that receiver, you're going to try to intend to reach and get him around the waist, and he didn't. He kept his hands off of him, reached out front, knocked it down. Prescott take over on the 43-yard line.
1st and 10, Prescott. Definitely want to get an opportunity to put some more points on the board here. 9 minutes to go here in the first half.
Well, we scored on all 3 of our first possessions. Let's keep this one going and go ahead and score another one. See if the coach airs this one out. See if Johnson will throw a ball.
Cox gets the pitch on the jet sweep. He'll cut it upfield, and we'll get maybe 3 yards. I do see a flag.
I believe he got a face mask on that one. It's either going to be a face mask or a holding. I'm not sure which one they called. They both happened. Apparently they're going to call that face mask. Nope, they called the holding.
Holding against Prescott.
Wow, that was. You could have called either one on that one, Jim. There was a holding and there was a face mask.
I actually thought they got him on the shoulder pad, but right up there close to the
Still first down.
to the head. But
It may have got him somewhere, but his head sure went
yeah,
down
it
like
did.
they were pulling
you're,
it down.
you're right. I saw his head go down. That's going to be a loss of 10 yards on a penalty. 1st and 20. Johnson's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look for Gully. Gully's there, and it's going to be short. Turner does intercept it. That time the ball was way short.
Pass was intercepted.
There was nothing Gully could do on that one. It was way too short. He couldn't get turned to come back. Turner, number 7, we called his name earlier. One of them hadn't had a whole lot going on with him, but he did step up and make that interception.
That's one of those that Johnson just reared back and he threw it, and really didn't have Gully open at the time.
Well, that's one of those with the receivers we've got. You need to air that thing out and get it on out there and give him a chance to go get it.
And I know
it
he's
feels hard for him to come back to get it.
Right.
They've
Johnson
definitely
has
got
the
speed to go get under it.
1st and 10, Knights. So that was a short possession there by the Curly Wolves. 41-yard line now for the Knights. Bright gives the ball to Crawford. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards.
Picked up 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
Picked up a tough 2 right up the middle.
Very tough. 2nd down now for the Knights. So as far as the turnover battle, Curly Wolves are on the negative side of that with the first interception of the evening. Bright will keep it over the right side. He's going to run right into Cade Poole.
Bright on the keeper.
Poole looked like he was bulldogging on that one. He hit on to it. He wasn't going anywhere. His feet were moving, but he wasn't getting anywhere.
3rd down.
Still 8 yards to go. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Prescott would like to get the ball back one more time before the half is over. They get a stop here, they should be able to have plenty of time to move the ball down the field and hopefully get back in the end zone. Forsyth in motion. A little throw back to Carver. It's picked off by Jacoby Nolan. He's still on his feet. He's got a chance. It's a foot race to the end zone, and he'll get in the end zone. Touchdown, Curly Wolves.
Threw that one up. It was tipped. He jumped up, got it out of there, down the end zone, about 20-yard line. Looked like he was going to stumble and fall. Got his feet back under him and got in and scored. That quick touchdown we were talking about.
About a 45-yard touchdown return on the interception.
Good to see that get back even on the turnovers.
Agreed.
Ramadan will try the point after. Trey Rucker will hold.
See if we get this extra point through. Oh, Ramadan's kick is off to the. Oh, he made it. It hit the goal post
Wow.
and fell over.
Looked like it was drifting left and just barely nicked it and fell in.
Well, it looked like Ramadan kicked the tee, Trey Rucker, and the ball because the ball went straight up in the air.
The snap was a little low. Rucker had a little
Yep.
trouble getting it down, and Ramadan had his momentum going forward. He just had to go with it. I think he kicked everything in sight.
Prescott now with a 25-0 lead with 7:15 to go in the first half. Smack over Kemney Harmony Grove is still 14-6, so it's still a very, very tough game over there, and we knew it would be. I really thought that Harmony Grove, they had the athletes to match up with them. I don't think they played their best game last week.
No,
they didn't have their quarterback, so I mean there were some differences there. We talked about it, just Smack over having a lot more physicality to them. But tonight, Kemney Harmony Grove has stepped up. They're playing hard.
Stepping up, like I said, after watching Kemney Harmony Grove, they just, like you said, they weren't on their best game last week, and it may have been because those players are out.
Right.
It may have been the Curly Wolves just put the breeches on them too.
That's right. That's right.
Because they came out and dumped on them pretty hard up front, and sometimes that just lets the air out of you.
Ball's kicked off and will be taken at the 20-yard line, this time by Turner. And he's going to get out to about the 37-yard line.
Turner on the return.
And Tinsley on top of that tackle.
A lot of times you'll see teams put in a lot of your younger kids, some of the ones that maybe don't get to play all the time on special teams, but Prescott usually puts their defensive players out there, and they do the kickoff coverage, and I really like to see that, especially with the depth that Prescott has this year.
Well, it's just good. You got those all-time players. There's normal players out there. They're already warmed up. They're ready to go. They're in the flow of the game, and that's just one of those things. You don't want to give them any extra on that kickoff. You shut them down as short as you can.
1st and 10 Knights. Bright gives the ball to Crawford, and he is hitting the hole that time, and I think that may have been Johnson. Stood him right up.
As they say, that's one of those form tackles. He put his head between the numbers, and he didn't go anywhere. Went backwards. Gained about a yard, but it didn't look like much.
2nd down and 9 for the Knights.
2nd and 9.
Coaching staff getting the play call for the Curly Wolves on defense. A lot of signals going on to get the players in the right position. Well, Rucker almost offsides that time. Dancing on the line of scrimmage. Bright gives the ball to Crawford. And it looks like he may be a gain of 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got a couple yards on it. It's kind of a scrum and push right up the middle and get what you can, but there's not much place to go there.
Bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Big 3rd down here to see how much they pick up, because they've already shown that they're not scared to go on 4th down. So see what happens on this possession.
Bright will drop back to pass. He completes the pass to number 14. That is Forsyth, who will have the 1st down.
To number 14.
Had good rush in there. Rucker got in on him, but he just couldn't get in his face quick enough to keep him from making that pass.
Gain of 13 yards First and 10, Knights on the Curly Wolf 45-yard line.
Complete the pass to Daniel.
Curly Wolves, need a really big stop here on defense to where they could possibly get the ball back. And we'd like to put another touchdown on the board before the half.
It's
So
always that all-important possession right before the half.
Yes.
You want to slow them down, at least stop them.
Oh, Crawford tried to get wide, and that's a no-win situation.
Prescott's got way too much speed out on the side with these wet conditions. He hadn't got speed to be able to turn that corner. And Gully and Franklin both Nolan on that.
Lawson on the play.
Great job of stringing that one out.
Second down.
Colton Girth, Jack Arnett, and Cade Poole now in at defensive line.
Prescott's doing a little different tonight. They're swapping off those front three and giving them a little break, giving them a breather and keeping them fresh. So it's really maybe paying off dividends.
And we've seen Johnson at defensive tackle as well as at linebacker at different times as well. Johnson hits him right in the backfield.
They're going to go home tonight seeing 33.
That's right.
Because he's getting in that hole as fast as they even snap the ball. He's in that hole, filling that hole.
Zahn on the carry that time. He lost a yard.
Lost on the play.
Brings up a 3rd and 12.
Really got a really good set of linebackers that are doing a lot to fill in those holes, and not only that, getting to those ends and keeping them from going to the right end. Really, really tough linebacker core.
Big down right here for the Curly Wolf defense. Bright sending
Bright on the carry.
sent Forsyth in motion and then kept it himself over the right side. Will gain about 4 yards.
Fourth down.
Trevor Rucker busting that hole and getting in there and stopping him after a couple-yard gain to bring up big 4th and 9 right here.
Not sure if either band will march tonight. I doubt they will under the rainy conditions.
Doesn't look like any of them's making a move.
I should say the wet conditions. I don't believe there's any rain tonight, thank goodness. Bright will drop back to pass. He gets it away to Carver. Oh, boy. Rucker bounced off of him.
That's what he said. Rucker's going to be there to hit him, but he gave up about 100 pounds on that one.
Yeah.
First down. Curly Wolves take over 1st and 10.
Rucker wasn't big enough to knock him down, but he's kind of like a gnat. He just kept after him until he could get some help there to bring him down. Because, like I say, Rucker's giving up at least 100 pounds on that play.
Well, I know Trey. He thinks he's 6'6" and weighs 225 pounds or 285 pounds.
It's just a good thing he's not there because he'd hurt somebody.
But he just bounced off.
He's got the mentality to stick him.
Yeah, Carver at 6'8", 245 is not close to Trey. Trey's going to have to hit him a little lower.
He got to find some knees on that one. And he did hit him up about the waist, and that was just way too high.
Johnson gives the ball to George up the middle, cutting it outside, breaks a tackle. He's got the sideline. He's got to beat one man, gets a stiff arm, still on his feet, going down the sideline, and he still breaks another tackle.
1, 2, 3, 4.
63 yards by Alex George.
Broke 5 tackles after he got past the line of scrimmage, and they just couldn't get. He kept stiff arming and just pushing him off, saying, "No, I'm not going down." He just kept going down the sideline to score.
Well,
That's
he
one
keeps
of those
his
man
legs.
plays.
Keeps his legs going. You know,
He's
you
got
gotta wrap
really
him
good
up.
balance.
Yes, you got to wrap him up.
That was an impressive run.
Robinson will try the extra point.
3 minutes to go here in the first half. Robidon's kick gets up. It's good.
And it's good.
Prescott leads now 32-0.
32-0 with 3:07 left in the second quarter.
Curly Wolves will get set to kick it away again. Going to have Way, Lozano, and Turner back deep for the Knights. Check to see if we have an update in the Smackover game. Nope, still 14-6, but it's still showing first quarter. So I have a feeling that's moved on. We just haven't updated.
Nobody's updated it.
Ramadan with kickoff.
Got a few extras out here on the kickoff team this time. See Samuels and Thompson on this right side, and Thompson's made several tackles on the kickoff coverage this year. He's got great speed. Ramadan kicks it away, kind of a squib kick. Be picked up by Way at the 20. He'll bring it out, and he was hit solid. I believe that was Nolan.
That was number 5, Jacoli Nolan, met him in the hole and put him down. Wow. That was a very, very violent collision right in the middle.
Centerpoint takes over first and
Start
10.
on their own 33-yard line.
33-yard line.
He kind of just disappeared. Jack Arnett will have to come out of the game to make sure we just got 11 out there.
Different personnel. Look like we're going to drop into a four-man front with 3 linebackers. Try to get good pressure up front.
Wright's going to hand the ball off to Crawford. He'll be stopped. A gain of about 2.
Crawford on the carry.
Just trying to get this clock run out here in this first half.
Picked up a yard. 2nd and 9.
Curly Wolf defense has played very well this evening. Got the 1 interception for a touchdown. Got another interception that gave Prescott an opportunity to score again there just a few moments ago. So defense has been solid this evening. Bright's going to drop back to pass. He's looking for Forsyth. It was incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Had good coverage over the backside. He tried to slip that one in, and there was just no place to go.
Intended for number 14, Forsyth.
Going to make it a 3rd down and 8.
3rd down.
Be ready to get up and walk around a little bit for this halftime.
Kind of getting a little air. The
That's
temperature's
it.
dropping real quick. The moisture in the air makes it a little colder.
Bright will give the ball to Crawford. He's going to be stopped for another maybe 1 yard gain.
Johnson in there on the tackle again.
And I believe that could be the last play. They may try one more play before the half's over, but
I think they're going to be content to run that one out.
4th down.
that's going to end the first half. Prescott's leading
At the end of the first half.
39-0. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
you a website out of Hope and Prescott.
Prescott Curly Wolves and the Centerpoint Knights getting ready to start the second half. Prescott leading 39-0 at halftime. Prescott's out getting warmed up for the second half. We haven't seen Centerpoint out here just yet. They may be taking a few extra moments to stay a little bit warm and maybe trying to dry a little bit.
They're coming around the corner.
Here they come.
All right, Jim, we got a few stats here for first half stats. Prescott had 9 first downs, and it doesn't show any for Centerpoint, but I know they had at least 2 or 3. Had 197 rushing for Prescott and 130 passing. Gives them a total of 327, which I said is kind of their average. They've been running about 333, 340 on that. 11 passes attempted, 6 completed, 1 interception. Centerpoint had 11 passes and 4 completed and 2 interceptions. Prescott had 0 fumbles, which is a good thing. Centerpoint had no fumbles. Pretty clean game first half as far as penalties. It was 3 penalties against Prescott for 20 yards, 2 against Centerpoint for 15. Brings that 18 points for Prescott in the first half, 21 in the second quarter. Had pretty good runs. Had 20 yards. Ryan Johnson had a 20-yard for a touchdown. Darian Thomas had 24 yards for a touchdown. Rabadon kicked a 24-yard field goal, or 20-yard field goal, which is good to see because we may need that in the future. Jacoby Nolan intercepted one and ran at 43 yards for a touchdown. Alec George had a very impressive 63-yard touchdown run. And Darian Thomas ran the last minute for 6 yards, and that brought us up to a 39-0 score. Prescott over the Centerpoint at half.
And it's a possibility you may see starting offense and defense on the field 1, maybe 2 more possessions. I expect to see Jacoby Nolan and Jeffrey Williams taking some snaps at quarterback, especially throughout the fourth quarter, if not some during the third quarter. Give the starters some rest. You definitely want to make sure that you maintain the pressure just for another, at least another series or 2 in this third quarter.
Usually we come back with the first team offense and defense just for a series or 2, just to get them a little in and then pull them out gradually and get to some of the non-starters and give them a little experience. And as we said last week, we had a bunch of 9th graders that moved up. Get them a little playing experience and get them in situation, because it's totally different when they move up from junior high to senior high. So it kind of gives them a little different perspective to see what they're going to get into next year and see what all the excitement's about, Jim.
Yeah, because that contact's a little bit different.
It's kind of like going from high school to college.
That's right.
You get up there and they got 280-pound boys that run a 4.4. It's kind of tough.
Prescott should get the ball to start the second half.
Not sure what all the discussion is at the center of the field. They're having a long discussion here. Prescott should be receiving the ball. Guess they're just having trouble deciding which direction they want to kick it from. Okay.
Prescott will face the clock.
Start the second half. Prescott will receive.
Looks like going to have Taiwan Thompson and Lee would be back deep to receive the kick. I see Samuels and Morrow, Williams.
A few new faces out there. Williams out there, Morrow.
Martin.
Got a 45. I'm not sure who that one is. That's a different number on us. Jace Crane here on the end, 79. Not sure who that one is coming in. May have a little trouble identifying who's making plays in the second half, because they're going to get some new faces in pretty quick.
Lozano will kick off for the Knights.
And this will be the first kick for the Knights.
Lozano kicks it away. Lee is going to pick it up at about the 17-yard line. Looking for a little bit of a hole. He'll get it out to around the 30, 31-yard line for Prescott.
Bryston Samuels in there on that. I catch his number. Green shoes. Kind of hard to miss those green shoes.
Prescott will begin their possession just outside their own 30-yard line.
Ball from the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Curly Wolf.
See several of the second string line up in. Jacoby Nolan will take the snaps at quarterback. Nolan drops back to pass. He's going to complete it to Haney. Haney's looking to get away from the first defender. We'll get out maybe to the 32.
Good clean pass to start off with out there in the flat. Pretty safe. Just gain about a yard, long yard.
Very little gain on the play.
Make it a second down and
9.
about 9.
That's Taiwan Thompson, number 21.
Nolan is going to drop back to pass. It's going to be a screen pass to 23. Not sure who that is. I have a feeling that's one of the freshmen, and he's down the sideline, and he's got speed.
Quick as a cat, boy.
And they're not going to catch him.
I wish we knew who that was, because we can't pick up that number. Don't know who it is, but he is quick as a cat. When he got the ball around that end, there was nobody going to stop him.
That was 68 yards. Pass play from Nolan to number 23.
I thought that was 21 Thompson. I looked up, and that's not. It's a new number. That must be one of the freshmen they've slipped in there. And he's got some speed.
And see, I believe that's
number 23.
Rabadon's extra point, and it is no good. Let's see, I believe that was number 78 or 79 that kicked that extra point. It was not Rabadon that time. So Prescott does take a 45-0 lead over Centerpoint with 9.5 to go in the third quarter.
79, I'm not sure who it was, but Rabadon he could hide in his shadow because he's a lot bigger boy than Rabadon. We're going to see some new numbers, no names real quick in this one.
Right.
That puts a score of 45-0 with a running clock.
Nice pass and run completion there for Curly Wolves.
No, I think it's one of our ninth graders. I think it's Jalen Hopkins. So we're going to line up ready.
And number 23 can show run over who he was.
It's going to be a ball is kicked off. It's going to be picked up at about the 33-yard line, and he'll be dropped at about the 37.
Number 15, Bryant, on the return.
Good tackle there by Cade Poole about at the 35-yard line.
That's what they said. So we're going to say that's what it was. And if it wasn't,
had a mother in the crowd hollered that was Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Hobson.
Jalen Hobson. His mama corrected us real quick. Said that was her baby.
45-0 lead for Prescott with right at 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So Centerpoint now has their first offensive possession of the second half. Looks like number 15, Bryant, will be the quarterback. He's going to give the ball to Lozano. He's trying to get outside. He'll be dropped at about the 39-yard line by Jeffrey Williams.
Jeffrey closed on that one real quick, shut him down to a 2-yard gain.
3 yards, second down.
And now we'll have to really work to get our names and numbers to make sure we get this right this second half.
Some of them we're going to be able to pick up, and some of them are junior high, and we don't have numbers.
That's right.
Mama's going to have to holler until it's her baby.
Bryant will keep it over the right side. He'll be stopped there by Cowling and number 45. I don't know who that one is.
15, Bryant, on keeper.
That's Chris Cowling's younger brother, if I believe that's correct, who was on that state championship team a couple of years ago. 5-yard gain there by Bryant. Make it a 3rd down, and we'll call it 2. Bryant gives the ball to Lozano. Oh, and just cut the ball back inside there, and was Chase Crane didn't quite able to step up and make the tackle.
Got a hand on him, but didn't have enough strength to pull him down. He did get a hand on him to slow him down a little bit, but they did gain enough for a 1st down.
Lozano, 10-yard gain.
He picked up the 1st down.
First down at the 45-yard line for the Knights.
1st and 10 Knights. Bryant, number 15 for the Knights, is a sophomore. Lozano also a sophomore, so they're working on their future. Bryant keeps it. Cowling doesn't make the tackle, gets away from him. He'll be tackled there by Thompson.
Bryant on the carry.
And I couldn't see who that was that helped him out there. It was a
Thompson covered a lot of ground there, made
Yes.
a quick tackle and held him to a short
He got
gain.
4 yards.
He's second about 6.
2nd and 6.
Centerpoint getting some of those players in, getting them some experience in that playing time, and kind of protecting those starters, because they do have a solid 4th place
That's
locked
right.
up. And this district historically takes some 4th place teams and goes up there and beats some
Sure
of those
do.
higher seeded teams.
Ball given to Lozano, looking to get around the left side. He'll be tackled there by Crane.
Jace Crane chased him down on that sideline, bring him down for a 3rd and about 1, looks like.
Not the main, but number 71, J.C. Crane. 3rd down.
3rd down now for the Knights. Ball just outside the 35-yard line of Prescott. Bryant going to drop back to pass. He's got a receiver open. And as he'll got the 1st down, pass complete to number 89, Swain.
Complete.
16-yard gain.
Number 89, Swain.
Jeffrey Martin on that tackle.
He picked up a 1st down.
Nice pass and catch there.
Good, clean pass, wide open. Made a good tackle on the back end. He did get the 1st down, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from right at the 20-yard line.
Ingram gives the ball to Lozano. Cuts it up inside. He will gain about 5 yards, be down around the 15.
Lozano, the ball carrier.
Going to make him down for a 3-yard gain. Be a 2nd
Got
down.
4
And
yards.
okay, now they got it. So say, now that's what I thought they had. And then,
Having trouble making decisions.
all right, now we got it right. 2nd down and 5. Prescott has shut out their last 2 opponents, and Centerpoint wanting to get on the board here to stop that streak. Bryant. Oh, the ball was given off to one back there, and I thought they fumbled.
It looked like a fumble, and they ended up number 30 squirted out there with it and gained.
Lozano, the ball
It'll
carrier.
be about a 3rd and 3.
Picked up 2 yards.
They've had a lot of success with the quarterback keeping the ball over that right side. They might give him a run-pass option to either possibly throw it or just keep it. Bryant's going to give it to Lozano. He's going to be hitting the backfield that time. Great job, great tackle by number 45.
Tackle made by number 45.
It's going to bring up a 4th down and 4. I do believe that is Jason Patrick, another one of those freshmen. The freshmen had a great season this year, so they're going to really come up and contribute next year. There's really a good class. Bryant's going to keep it. He rolls out to pass, looking for a receiver. He's got his hit up in the air. It's going to be intercepted. Not sure who it was that grabbed it out of the air, but Prescott will have it.
Prescott.
He's like 13. Who was it?
I think that's number 43, Cowling.
Cowling.
Yep, I think that was.
43 Cowling. Cole Cowling.
Well, we called his brother's name a whole lot when he was here.
Ball was bounced up in the air, and Cowling just went and got it like a center fielder.
Prescott will take over on their 12-yard line. Got a minute to go here in the third quarter. Prescott backed up deep. Jeffrey Williams will be now in at quarterback with Hobson in the backfield with him. Get one more onto the field. And Jeffrey Williams gives the ball off to Hobson. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard loss. That's going to end probably going to end the third quarter, maybe get one more play off. Be a second down and 11.
No gain on the play. Second down.
Well, we know if Jeffrey Williams gets, if Hobson gets in open field, he's definitely got the speed. They're going to wait, just let the quarter run out.
Let this one run out to the fourth quarter.
That's going to end the third quarter. Prescott will start the fourth quarter with possession, leading 45-0. We want to thank all of our sponsors, Coal Fields, the Bank of Delight, and Nevada County Courthouse.
2018 corporate sponsors for their support for this season.
I think Prescott's playing really their best football right now, Ralph. You know, after they lost that Smackover game, I think they came out and realized, look, we can be beat. If we don't play our best game, we can be beat. And they have really stepped it up the last 3 or 4 games and have shown that they are one of the top teams in the Class 3A.
Well, that's one of those things, Jim. If you don't keep focused, keep everything in your mind, keep it straight, you kind of start making little mistakes, and it just kind of piles up on you. And I think that may have been what the biggest problem was.
Land and Timber, Staten and Associates, Hillcrest Care and Rehab.
Well, we've got 12 more minutes here, and as long as there's no timeouts or any situations where we have to stop the clock,
Agency.
we'll be done and be able to go to the house.
Haven't seen a score update. Cameron Harmony Grove was up 18-14 over Smackover at halftime, but we hadn't seen an update.
Mark Glass for County Judge, J.D. and Billy Hines Trucking, and the Bank of Delight.
Prescott Curly Wolves offense trying to get something going here, trying to get out of their own, deep in their own end zone, their own territory, I should say. They're backed up to about their 12. Need to get outside at least the 30 or so to have a good opportunity to punt this ball out of there if we're not able to get a first down or keep this drive alive.
If we can't do anything else, get it to Jalen Thompson, get him around the
end.
Right. He's quick.
Agreed. Williams drops back to pass. He's rolling out to his right. He's just going to keep it. He's going to cut it upfield, and he's going to get out to about the 18-yard line.
Pretty good little gain. He dropped back trying to pass the ball. Everybody was covered. He tucked it under his arm and got what he could. He looked like he got about 6 on that play.
About 6 yards.
Third and about 4.
Third and 4.
Taiwan Thompson now go in at tailback, which he's got speed too.
He's another one of those quick ones. He's not very big, but he's got good speed, good quickness. Get him up and get him going. He's going to cover a lot of ground.
Williams, high snap. Oh.
Wow.
Well, offensive line didn't get that man blocked.
Did not touch that one. He was there when the handoff was taken, and Thompson had no place to go but down.
That's Darhan Vault. He made a huge tackle there for Centerpoint.
Hold down.
Loss of about 3 yards on that play.
Like Jalen Hobson going to be back to punt the ball.
Landon Cross onto the field to help block the line. Snaps a little high. Hobson gets it away. Nice high punt. Ball's going to be, oh, I thought he was going to catch it, and then he just let it drop there. The ball's going to be dropped dead about the 47.5-yard line.
Ball is dead on about the 47-yard line.
Good punt on that. It wasn't very pretty, but he had a good punt, got a good distance on it.
First and 10.
No return.
Sure, I'm glad we've got to be in the press box tonight, because that cool wind is just continually blowing. It's been blowing right in our face all night long.
Cool, damp wind. It just keeps coming and cooling down. Built Claudette a fire before I left, and she's going to be glad I did.
Yeah. We've gone from heater to air conditioner to heater and everything else at our house, back and forth.
All in 1 week.
Yes. Bryant drops back to pass once again. He sets up, lets the ball go. It's going to be intercepted by Jeffrey Williams. Great job of jumping up and getting the ball at its height.
Jeffrey Williams went up, caught that one at the high point.
13 Jeffrey Williams intercepts that pass.
Good to see those younger ones get in there and get involved.
That's right.
And get a little taste of it. He's just a sophomore. Played that one real well.
These are the kids you're going to be seeing them for Prescott for the next couple of years, and you want to see them on the field. And you never know, Ralph, they may have to be used more this season.
You never know. You get down and you have a key player go down. You got to have
That's
somebody
right.
step in and fill in behind them and not miss a beat.
Officials are stopping the clock for something.
Yeah, they're waving to stop it, and our clock, it's still running. They did finally get to.
Waiting to see what referee's calling here.
Wilson Farms, Brazil Cornish, the funeral home.
Not sure exactly what the situation is here.
Dalrymple, Crane County, Southern Tar Mark, Shelter Insurance.
Not. So we have 8:44 to go in the ball game.
JD and Billy Hines Trucking.
Prescott will take over on their own 22-yard line.
Had a fan too far out on the field, they're going to ask him to move out. We will resume.
Jeffrey Williams
play.
being that quarterback. Looks like Taiwan Thompson in the backfield with him. Williams gives the ball to Thompson. He's got some room over that right edge. Cuts it back upfield. Breaks a couple of tackles, and we'll have a first down out there around the 47-yard line.
Good speed, made a couple good cuts there. Got out for really good yardage.
Thompson on the carry.
25-yard gain.
Up enough for a Curly Wolf. First down.
First and 10, Prescott now right about 8 minutes to go here in the ball game.
Prescott, no hurry to get this play in.
No.
Got a continuous running clock. Got under 8 minutes. No hurry to get it in.
Take your time, run a few plays, and get ready to end this game. Jeffrey Williams again gives to Thompson. He'll gain maybe a yard. Those high snaps are hurting him a little bit.
It's hard to get that timing down when you got a high snap. You just can't get the timing to get it going.
We do have a timeout on the field here. He got an injury for Centerpoint. That's number 73, 75. That's Colby Buck.
Looked like he may have had a little twisted ankle or something. He's up and getting off the field on his own power. So that's good not to get anybody hurt this late in the game.
Hobson back in now at running back for the Curly Wolves. Talked to Tracy Rucker at before the game started, she said next week she'll have us the freshman numbers, so we'll know who everybody is next week. Jeffrey Williams, a little bit another high snap. He just takes it and runs it right upfield. He's got a lot of room. Excuse me, that's number 12. He's still on his feet. He's going down the left sideline, and he will be in the end zone. Touchdown, Curly Wolves.
And I suspect that's another one of our freshmen.
That's another freshman.
That was number 12. Really good run. Busted play, had a high snap.
Zachary on the keeper.
Somebody said that's Zachary on the keeper. Had a high snap, and he had to tuck and run. He had quick feet, and he got out to the edge and scored. Some of those good ninth graders getting in there and getting some feel of it.
Well, we definitely know this. The freshman class will have some speed when they come up.
Obviously, they've got plenty of speed. I don't know about size looking at them, but they have got plenty of speed.
Except for and the extra point is blocked. Prescott does lead 51-0 with just under 6 minutes to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of big boys on that freshman team, but they are small and fast. Everyone we've been able to recognize and get names on.
But you never know. There may be some of those kids that just didn't decide to join the team, and they're decided to go on to do something else right now, and that's fine too. But, we definitely know there's going to be some speed with the team next year. Prescott's always had a tradition of reloading. There's been a few times where they'll have a down season, but you just continue to grow and continue to practice.
Working for the government over the years in the state of Arkansas, I know a lot of the other guys in the different parts of the state. We had one come down from northeast Arkansas a few years ago and beat them with a score like this, and they were pretty high ranked in their district. And I was talking to him after the game, Jim, and he said, "We don't play the same caliber football that y'all play in the South." He said, "Y'all got so much speed down there." And he said speed is hard to deal with.
Yes, it is.
You can have the big boys, but you get that speed, and it's just tough to deal with.
Just got an updated score. Mackover is now ahead of Camden Harmony Grove, 22-18 in the fourth quarter. Leah's going to field it on about the 25-yard line. It cuts it upfield and will be tackled at the 37-38-yard line.
Houston Way on the return.
Another one of those freshmen in there at number 77. Don't know the name, but he did a really good job of stopping him on that tackle.
Centerpoint, well, I'm sure do everything they can on this possession to put some points on the board if they possibly can.
Yeah, with under 4 minutes, unless they have a stoppage of the clock, this is probably going to be the last series.
Yes. Bryant gives the ball to Lozano. He's going to be hitting the backfield, and he'll be dropped for a loss once again.
Lozano on the carry.
Tackle by number 45, and I believe that's Jason Patrick. Coach Patrick's son.
Coach Patrick's son.
Second down.
Playing that linebacker position and busting through and making the tackle for a small loss. Be second and 10, we'll call it.
Number 18 now in at quarterback. That's Josh Lawson. Lawson drops back to pass. He's got number 11 open, and he drops it there about the 45-yard line.
Lawson pass is incomplete.
Not sure how much time is left in that game. Smackover is leading 22-18 at this time.
I hate to hear that. Come on, Harmony Grove. We need one more score.
That's right.
But either way, we got our destiny pretty much. Our destiny's pretty much set. We're going to play probably Mountain View next week here at home. In the first game of the playoffs, when we start out 0-0, no wins, no losses.
That's
right. One and out.
That's it.
If you don't win that one, you're done and you go home.
Third down and 10. Lawson's dropping back to pass. Has a receiver open, and nice job there by number 14, Lee. jumping that route and knocking the ball away.
Almost made that interception. He read it real well. Got there, he just couldn't hang on to it. He almost made that interception. Played his position real well and broke on the ball just like a defensive back is supposed to.
It's going to bring up a 4th down and 10 now for the Knights. Prescott basically will keep their defense out on the field. Lawson's going to drop back to pass. Puts it up. He's got a receiver deep, and he drops it. Oh, right about the 35-yard line of Prescott, and the receiver just didn't hang on to it. That was C.J. Fox, another freshman. 3 consecutive incomplete passes, and Prescott will take over possession on their own 37. And I expect Prescott's probably just going to take a knee here to end this one out.
They're going to break it down. Less than a minute left in the game. By the time Prescott gets on, if they do, they'll probably get 1 snap out of it, but not going to get in a hurry. They do have a running clock.
It's late to get one more player out on the field. Looks like they have 1 snap. Number 40 is going to keep it over the right side, and he will be tackled at about the 21-yard line, and that should do it. I expect that to be the end of the game. Prescott's getting ready to line up. That'll end the game. Prescott wins the game 51-0. Go over the Centerpoint Knights. So Prescott ends the regular season at 9-1, and they'll be
Jim, just a dominating performance all across the board. Defense and offense just dominated the Centerpoint Knights, coming 4-2 in the district. They're not a bad team. They just couldn't get anything going against this defense that Prescott just came out dominating.
We're not sure exactly where we'll be next week. We'll know we're going to be right here. We'll be in Prescott.
We don't know for sure who we're going to play. That'll be determined tomorrow night.
Right.
Clinton and Mountain View are playing tomorrow night.
Right now it's 22-18 smack over. So we're not really positive exactly whether, how that game's going to close out. We're going to go home and try to, watch the end of it and see what happens. But Prescott will either be at home next week playing against Mountain View, or they will be a bye week next week. We're just not sure which will happen. But either way, Today we'll be here to bring you the football game. We'll get you updated just as soon as we know when we're going to be on the air. We'll see you next week. For Ralph and Jim, we'll see you later.
Good night.